Do you approve that?
I have now.
All right, folks, welcome to the next episode of Above the Confusion on Planet Earth. I forgot to get this gentleman's hip hop stage name. I'm going with Do Wa until I'm told differently.
It works for me.
Does that work for you? All right. So we're gonna play the theme music that comes with Do Wa here. So we're gonna crank this up a little bit, right? Do Wa. So this will be your theme music when we bring you on the show, unless you tell us differently. If I can get it to play, come on.
I could just sing it if you'd like.
Yeah, do that. Here we go. Okay. You know the words. I know you know the words. Let's go, baby.
You run out of breath for the 7 minutes of the song. I can't sing the whole thing.
Then we're just gonna have you sing it until you pass out. Remember that? You remember that groove, dude?
Of course I do.
Of course I do.
It's the only cassette and album I have.
All right, dude.
I said a hip.
Hip, hop, the hip, the hip, the hip, hip, hop, it don't stop.
I can't hear you, dude. You speak up.
Now what you hear is not a test. I'm
rocking to the beat.
And me,
It's
the
me,
groove,
the groove, and my friend's gonna try to move your feet.
You see, I am one of
The mic, and I'd like to say hello.
There you go. There you go. Now we can hear you. Go, go.
I don't know it anymore.
What?
Jump the boogie to the bang bang bang. Let's rock. You don't stop. The rhythm make your body rock. So far
You heard my voice, but I brought two friends along.
And next on
The mic is my man. Hank, come on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. All right.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
Because
I'm the grand master with the CM. All right, that's good enough.
That's good stuff, dude. All right. Anytime you want me to turn it up, if you want to stop, if you want to start hip hopping again, you let me know.
I will let you know. I actually sung that karaoke style at a in Tennessee, at the old country bar. So they were expecting something other than that. Let's put it that way.
So how'd you do?
Well, I ran out of breath. You know.
So we're going to get you back on. I think it's important that everybody has at least one karaoke song and the fortitude to get up there and try it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Dave. So I'm going to show you real quickly what I'm up to here. And this is it in a nutshell. Okay. Went down a path where I wrote a book, and the book is basically a research project into human consciousness. So it's basically books like The Untethered Soul, The Road Less Traveled, Power of Now, things by authors like George Orwell and C.S. Lewis. So my book at the bottom of the page here is basically a research project on that. And we offer a free copy here if anybody wants to figure out the origins. But this is what it all boils down to. And that is I believe that if we rise above, our minds rise above all human disagreement, we come to a point where we all want the same thing and we all agree. And so that's basically the project. Is I believe that if I hear what you say, and now let me take it a step further, it goes deeper in that there's theory behind it all, which is rolled into what right here, which is called the top 10 facts. And when you look at this logic, it's basically saying, listen, our paradigms are constructed based used on words. There's a lot of people who dig back into the Bible to create their paradigm, but the people who wrote the Bible are gone. The words still exist. So here's 10 commandments. These are words in the Bill of Rights. And I draw comparisons with what my research proved, which I think are the top 10 facts, which are, in my humble opinion, more game changing than the other words that we are privy to. So there's some theory behind it. But most importantly, what matters, if you were to look at these top 10 facts, it's saying, listen, we're conscious souls. We're navigating physical energy here. You will live after you die, all this good stuff. But what's most important in the project is for me to understand what people like you think. And so there's different directions we can go. Number one, I'd love to hear what's going on in your world. What's the latest, greatest, that type of scenario. Otherwise, I could flip to any page like this, if we were to say CNN, and we could walk through just about anything that you find of interest and you would like to take a position on.
There's probably not much that I'm interested on CNN. I can start with that.
All right. Well, you and I probably would agree on that. So if we were to go, dang, I just feel like pretty much all of our media companies are kind of in the same corporation. Is there a different direction you'd go looking for truth?
No, I guess let's just chat. I haven't talked to you in about 25 years. It feels like you're making my head spin with all your jargon here. 25 plus years ago, you made my head spin for a lot of other reasons, but
Yeah.
What's going on. Let's start with what's going on with my life. Just real quick, and then we'll probably evolve into some things. But moved out of the cities, Minneapolis, or actually Maple Grove. We bought a cabin about 6 years ago up here and loved it up here. It's north of Mille Lacs on Farm Island Lake, just south of Aiken. Bought a cabin, and we started coming up here on Thursdays and going home on Tuesdays.
Nice.
And so what the hell? So Wednesday we were in Maple Grove, cleaning the pool and taking the garbage out, and then going, hey, when can we go back up there? So we ultimately sold our place, and 2 years ago we moved up here full time. Now this is a town of about 20. Well, the town is Aiken, and it's about a town of 2,500 people. So it's going from 65,000 to 2,500. But it's a nice, refreshing change, I guess. And then we haven't missed a beat moving up here. So
so what is it about the in terms, is it just the extra space, or is it a different mindset? What is it that you're enjoying in terms of the change?
I think number one was getting away from the the chaos that was going on down there 2 years ago in the Minneapolis area, and just getting away from it all. Up here, it's not like that. It's very, very blue collarish, and great people, and not all that the garbage that was going on down there. So we enjoyed that, and just living on a lake. It's time to, we're getting up there in age, getting closer to retirement. And it's kind of where we'd rather be than near the metro, near the city. So
yeah, understood. So now too, I understand you've got a couple of children, Max and
Lexi.
Still. I did the same thing when I saw you. So what's the latest greatest? But someone turned out to be a grandfather lately, I heard.
Yeah. My son had a son, Hudson. Yeah, the Hud rat. So yeah, he's about 6 months. They're coming up this weekend. So we'll get to spend some time with him. So I think he's about 5 or 6 months old right now. So that's been kind of fun. And then my daughter Lexi's working in Monticello, Minnesota at Polaris. So so they're out of the house doing well, and out of our hair. And now it's time for us to live.
That's beautiful. And is the little guy swinging the bat yet?
Well, he'll be trying to catch balls when he gets up here, because I'll be throwing them at him.
Absolutely. If he's got the Do Wa as his grandfather.
Yeah.
He's he's probably going to inherit some athletic genes. Well, not genes like I inherited, but some.
No. Yeah, but yeah, you couldn't give yours, but your lack of genes back, right? My genes have gotten bigger.
Yeah, think.
30. What happened to 32s? I was a perfect square. Now I'm 2 inches shorter and 6 inches wider. That's just
30. That was a perfect square. That's good. So hey, what's the latest in the baseball world? What have you been up to in that regard?
Yeah. Obviously, that was a passion of mine, and after playing in college, and when we were in Maple Grove, I got on our board and was on it for 17 years. And I guess just being involved around the game and coaching the game. And actually the thing I got most out of it, obviously I love being around the kids and having fun with them, and still hear from a lot of the kids that I've coached growing up and in high school and college, et cetera. That's kind of fun to see what they're doing and still having a relationship with them. But enhancing the fields in Maple Grove, or actually helped get a dome. I presented to the city and many years ago, and talked them into putting a dome up so we could have baseball year round in there, or at least when it was up, and have baseball in the winter to do some things and train. So that was kind of something that I'm pretty proud of. It was something that got done, and now that I moved, I got off the board about 2 years ago, even though I haven't had a kid in the program in 12.
Stayed with it, yeah.
And now I'm helping out as a volunteer assistant coach up here with the Aiken Gobblers. So still staying involved, and it's really kind of a passion. And I think the reason I do it is I look at a couple things, and I'm throw a little God in here. It's like God gives you gifts, and He wants to make sure you use them. And I think I'm limited in gifts, but I have the ability to still throw batting practice, and I'm make the kids feel comfortable and bullshit, and have them relax and teach them a little bit about the game. And that's the fun. That's what I think I'm good at, and so that's what I keep on doing. So it's building the new relationships up here with kids that I had no idea who they were, 4 years ago, and now 4 years later, I'm invited to all their graduation parties, and see them on the street, and it's kind of fun. So
yeah, it's a beautiful thing, Do Wa. It's all about the gig. It's all I remember the days hanging out with the Do Wa. That's a good gig, man. Now too, if you look outside at the snowbanks, now think about the kids taking batting practice inside that dome.
Yeah, I know.
Amen, bro. Amen.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. Yeah, it's something that again, there's those are just a few of the things that really know that you did the right thing, or you're on this earth for a reason, and try to use those gifts and make things better for others. So
dude, I couldn't agree more. I absolutely love it. And not to get too deep into that, but there's a case to be made. That's why we're here. There's a case to be made that says, yeah, the trials and tribulations is the punches you took and the practices you went to become a good baseball player, and all those things are for this purpose, that now you're able to pass that on to others. And that's it, dude. And through that, you get joy. You can see it.
Yeah,
it's not only reading around you. I think I'm seeing a halo. What the hell happened to you?
I've always had that.
I think you got the halo once you got Sevo and Hoover out of your life. You started going to church. Huh?
That did definitely helped. So get out of whole hall. Thank God they tore it down.
Did they tear it down?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. No shit. They tear down Stearns too, or is that still there?
No, I think Stearns is still up.
Do they still have that statue of me? They didn't tear that down, did they?
Well, you couldn't see it because you're only 5'2".
It was a small statue. That's good shit. All right, well, Do Wa, hey, this is a good maiden voyage, right?
Yeah.
Is that work for you? And
then,
we'll just in a perfect world in my life would be something routine like this, where we kind of pass a little agenda. We invite more people to join us. And now just remember, though, you're only brought along for the comedy.
Okay.
That's why you're here.
I'm okay with that.
Unless we don't expect you to open your mouth unless there's an insult or something clever or whatever you got up your sleeve. That's what we need from you, all right?
Well, that's pretty much the only time I do open my mouth in a lot of cases.
And that's why you're such a positive influence on the children. Is if you open your mouth, it's typically teaching them there's something. It doesn't need to be said. It doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be fucking clever and whatever.
Yeah. Well, here, one last. This cracks me up more than anything. So they made it. Aiken made it to state a couple of years ago. I haven't made it to state forever, and it was a really big deal for the town. And they were fire trucks just leaving to go to the state tournament. And it's like, I started laughing. You guys haven't won anything, and they're already cheering you. Everybody's out on the streets of the Aiken and cheering you on. And I kind of laughed about it. And then I kind of teared up going, that's pretty cool that a whole town gets behind something, because it just doesn't happen very often up here. But a few years ago, and you could only have so many coaches in the dugout. So, and again, I'm a volunteer assistant, and there was the ER doctor up here was a volunteer assistant, great guy, but he has a kid on the team. He's been with the coach for 10 years. And then there was a couple other ones. And so you get to this, I'm in the dugout all the time. And again, that's where I do my best work, working with the kids and schmoozing, making them feel comfortable and making them laugh or whatever. Love it. Like you said. And the coach comes to me, head coach goes, Dave, we can only have so many people in the dugout, the coaches, but the kids want you, and I want you in there. So, I know you're, I don't know if you can see this, your coach Ditty, but for you to get in our dugout,
raise it just a little higher, Dave. Raise it a little higher. There we go. All right. Good, coach.
I know your coach Ditty, but for you to get in the dugout in the state tournament, part of this, we need to change your title to athletic trainer.
Nice.
So I became the athletic trainer. So I carried. Now we have an ER doctor on the staff, right? So so I had to walk in with the athletic trainer, and then somebody gets hurt, and the kids are, "Hey, Ditty, get out there!" And I'm like, we got the ER doctor. Unless they're going to die, I'm not getting involved with this. Let him handle the light stuff. So that's how we pulled that up. So people are getting hurt, kids are faking injuries. Coach, can you come on, Ditty? Can you wrap me up? I don't care if you got a groin pull. I'm not touching. Get out of here. But so that was kind of hilarious. But they found a way to get me in the dugout to be part of it. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah. So now then what happened? So with the state tournament and everything, I mean, you may have told me this, but so how did the whole thing pan out?
We ended up beating a team that nobody expected us to beat. And we ended up taking third place. We were one game away from playing in Target Field. So
nice.
But it was, again, with a town that only has been there one other time, I believe.
It's huge.
It was just a big deal,
Oh,
So it was fun, and it was a great accomplishment, and these kids will remember it. So kind of fun.
Yeah, and to have you with them, the knucklehead out there with the ER staff.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, love it, pal. You good to go?
I'm good.
All right, we do this again with me. You promised?
All right.
All right, man. Let me see if I can figure out how to close it off. My mouse doesn't seem to be. Here we go. The Do Wa